I'm Megan Fox. I play Gina, and we are filming Expendables 4. My character Gina is an ex of Lee Christmas's, and she is also a trained, I guess we would call her mercenary or something in the line of that. She didn't feel like he respected her, and they ended up breaking up, and then she comes back into the fold and plays a role in the Expendables as maybe team leader. We'll see. Hmm. I mean, playing Gina's been fun. We've had some really interesting scenes, like between Jason and I, some character stuff that I don't think you've seen from his character before in any of the other movies, because it's sort of a flashback, it's a backstory, and you get to see him a little more. I don't know if vulnerable is really the right word, but you get to see him in a way that you haven't really seen him before. Gina brings something out in his character that's new and fresh. And as far as the stunt work and stuff, we're actually getting ready to do that now. Um, that was for the scene between Jason and I, where we end up uh, where we end up getting close. But it starts out as sort of like a grappling match, and I did some of the stunt work in London just for a day. Some of it was kind of intricate. It was cool. I think hopefully Gina brings some humor to the story, and she also brings, I think, a fresh element. There's a freshness to her attitude where she's not very self-serious, and she's kind of sarcastic, and she gives the boys a lot of shit, and that's the fun element that exists between her and Jason's character and Stallone's character. It's fun to see her give them a hard time and point out where they've been failing all along, because I feel like they're usually pointing out to the other characters where they're going wrong, and finally you have this one character that's like, actually it's you, and here's why. Gina's relationship with Christmas is complicated because I think they both really love each other, and it was probably the first time they've ever let their guard down and been vulnerable with another person like that. And he, I think, wants to connect but also doesn't have the capacity. Like, he just lacks the framework and understanding of how to have a real relationship. And so Gina sort of feels like, oh, I let my guard down for you, and if you're not going to take this seriously, or if you're not going to put in the work for this, then it's fuck you, I'm a player. And so then she goes off, and so it's this, they have this competitive sort of cat and mouse relationship, but underneath it is just two people who are very prideful, that are in love and don't know how to express that in a healthy way. I think together, like, everybody brings something special to the mission that's needed. I think she's clever. That's probably her strong suit, is that she's clever and also reckless. And I think they're probably all reckless. That's why they are the Expendables. But that combination of things is integral to making sure that the mission is complete. And also, I think she's deceivingly feisty, because you wouldn't necessarily look at her and think there's something to worry about here. I mean, working with Stallone and Jason, they've all been great, and they all have very unique personalities. Like, Dolph is very polite and like a gentleman, and Stallone is very swaggy and like funny, and then Statham is very like focused and like goal oriented. Oh well, okay, Randy. I'm a big MMA fan, so I'm a little starstruck because I've watched MMA for so long, and he's a legend, like an absolute legend, and really well respected. And he was an amazing fighter. He also served our country, so he's just a really like special person. And I have a lot of respect for people who do that for a living and have put themselves through those kinds of things. And they all have really good chemistry together. They're all really funny together. I've had a good time. And then 50's like a big teddy bear. You can see in his eyes and like in his smile, he has such a sparkly smile. He's like super tender and soft on the inside and gentle. So he's like a big teddy bear. Um, everybody's been everybody's just been super nice and relaxed, and set is very, it's like a really chill vibe, and everyone gets along. It's long hours. Everybody manages to stay in like good moods the whole time, which is kind of a miracle with that many lead actors. I was expecting like somebody to be a drama queen. There's not one. So it's been a good time. Scott's funny. I like Scott's, but he's also very even keel. And you never know with directors because they're under a lot of pressure, especially with a movie like this and a budget like this. Um, so they're under so much stress. You never know what you're going to get in that situation either. But he's been very even tempered, good humored. I like that he's spontaneous and is willing to like try new things on the go and in the moment. He's not like stuck to one way of thinking. He likes to experiment and see like, well, whatever's going to make the best shot or make the best scene, let's do that. So that's been a really good experience as well. I think I've enjoyed most the locations. I like to shoot in unique locations. Um, that's always a good time. And I think just being with a bunch of people that you respect, other artists that you respect, is always, it always adds something to your life, and it adds something to your Rolodex and your catalog, like moving forward, things that you take from that that you can use in other creative projects in the future. And I don't know, it's just been an honor to work with everybody. It's been a good time. It's been like a really good positive experience. I mean, I think, and I touched on this a little bit earlier, I think Expendables is successful because it's self-deprecating. It's an action movie with amazing action sequences and actors who can really pull that off, but it also makes fun of itself, which is something that you don't necessarily get often in these action movies. They're usually very like self-serious and earnest, and so I appreciate Stallone's vision for this. Like he had such a good vision and was really tapped into the pulse with that. And I think it's just relatable. Like you want to be able to go see something that's visually stimulating and amazing, but also you can feel relaxed at enjoying because it's laughing at itself and you can laugh too.